Jimmy K here, Metal Boys. Look at this. The Metal Boy shirts are now on sale. Just go to the video description to find out on how you can purchase one. Metal! In these crazy times, you need a Metal Boys hat. You can pick it up at metalboys.com.
All right, everyone. It's Jack Mangan here with Metal Voice and Support Life in Music. This is this is amazing. We're talking to one of the premier cellists and metal cellists in the world with the band Apocalyptica-Paavo Lötjönen. Forgive my American accent, but Paavo Lötjönen, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us today. It's year 2025. You guys are coming up on your 30th anniversary of the release. Well, you're past the 30th anniversary as a band,
yes.
Right? But the 30th anniversry of the first album release. Are you guys have any exciting plans to commemorate this occasion?
We have not decided yet. So 30 years, that's amazing how time is flying.
Yeah.
And, it's been amazing adventure, I would call. Because, when we started in 93, just for having fun together with Eikka and friends, we didn't have any kind of plan to make any kind of career or success. It was just like a passion for playing and for love for music, playing together for friends. And maybe that has been the main reason for us that we are still existing, that the aim was not to be successful or famous. We were loving in music, and I think that's the right motivation to do music, not to be famous or successful or rich. That's wrong motivation. You should love music and spread it to the people and spread the joy of playing and performing, enjoy the performing for the people. And we still do that. We have passion. I'm really happy to see that we still have the passion for seeing people on the audience and playing together, transmitting the energy, positive energy, power of music.
That's amazing. Yeah, and also you guys are doing something kind of unique, which is really amazing and awesome that you guys have kind of a niche thing. I mean, there aren't a lot of cello bands out there who are doing rock and roll, heavy metal, hard music. Rasputin is another one that comes to mind, but you really are at the premiere of this. So, I mean, talk to me a little bit about that, about doing something that's kind of niche, that's been really successful and touched a lot of people.
Yeah. For us, for example, I don't know how is the situation at the moment, but like some years ago in East Europe, almost every city had one cello group playing some rock or Apocalyptica covers. It's a big honor for us, and we have given some inspiration for the people, and that's really fantastic.
I know it's now what we're going to see tonight. This tour, this is all about the Metallica covers. Is that no spoilers or anything? But this is all about the Metallica covers. But I got to say, I really am a fan of your original songs as well. I think Gates of Manala. I actually did an article, the 200 best songs of this century. I listed that as one of them. I think that song is just a masterpiece. So talk to me a little bit about the songwriting process for Apocalyptica. How do you guys come together and write songs?
As you said, we've been 30 years together, and originally we started to make arrangements of Metallica songs. We tried to find the core feeling of the songs and transmit to the cellos, and find our perspective for that music. That was the key element on those songs. What makes those songs so good? And can we do that in our perspective, in our instruments and our mental vision? And step by step, we kind of started to find our own path and own color palette the spectrum, what kind of things we could create, and so that was kind of learning step by step, baby steps from the beginning. And if you listen to all our albums, you can hear the process, how it has been developing. In every album, every tour, we learn something new, and we all the time try to update it and make it better and better. We always love to play with contrasts and different kind of big moods.
And also, I appreciate you guys have had fantastic guest vocalists appearance. You know, like Joseph from Gojira and Lacey from Flyleaf. You've had these amazing vocalists come in. Talk to me about some of that, about some of your favorite collaborations you've done with different vocalists.
Yeah, we've been really lucky to be able to, make projects with different fantastic singers like Corey Taylor, Till Lindemann, Nina Hagen, fantastic, Adam Gontier, a huge range of different kind of singers, and all the singers are different perspective, different voice, character, personality, and that's really interesting game to find a good song for certain people and their voice, and adjust our music over there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that also obviously includes Metallica. It's amazing you got James Hetfield on one of the new album. Talk to me a little bit about that, how that came together.
We had a good angels. Yeah, first time we played as a support for Metallica in '96. 2 evenings in Helsinki. We were supporting them. They were watching the show, and since that we have been in contact with them. Sometimes we played a couple of times as a support and met them, and we were getting closer and closer, and somehow it looks like that they persuade what we are doing, and they have even said that we have given some courage for their projects like STM and some inspiration, and of course it's a big honor for us that they have been so supportive. But that's also they are really like a supportive band in any way. They want to give good around them, and I appreciate them a lot on that point.
I mean, did you ever imagine in the beginning that you were going to be like on a first name basis with Lars and James like that?
No, never thought that, and never even dreamed about it, that it could be possible to get them joining our album, like Rob playing the bass tracks or Cliff Burton track on our album. That's fantastic. Or James talking. It's kind of that's weird. We never dared to think about it, but it just happened once. Eka was having lunch with James, and he just asked, "What would you think that if we would do this kind of things?" And he goes, "Why not? He would try." And they were really supportive, man.
Sorry, I blacked out when you said Eka was having lunch with James. I didn't hear the rest of it because no, I'm just kidding. That's just so surreal. It's so wild.
Yeah.
And as my buddy Eric was asking, like, what do you think it is about not just Metallica? Because I love the Domination cover, the Pantera song, and Sepultura. What is it about thrash metal and the heavier metal that makes it work so well and what translates so well on cellos?
I would not say would it translate so well. I think the keys, that was the music of our time, when we were young guys. It's in our soul, and so it's music of our people, Yes. We were like a teenagers, and the Metallica was the big thing.
Now, on the other end of the spectrum, have you ever gotten any feedback from anyone in the classical world, like Yo-Yo Ma, probably the world's most famous classical cellist? Have you ever gotten any feedback from anyone in that world?
That's a kind of thing. Originally, we played first shows in Sibelius Academy, which is a music university in Finland.
Sure.
And of course, our study mates, and they were really loving that. They thought that it was a lot of fun and cool thing, and they were saying that for us that we should do an album. We were like, come on, this is just for having fun together. No, not real plan. And okay, then we did the albums. It was big. First album was huge success. It was sold all around the world, and it became the most selling Finnish album all times. That album.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was amazing. We didn't expect. We were expecting selling the 500 copies or 1,000 copies, and suddenly it was selling millions. It was unbelievable to understand. But there was some magic in that album, and then we started touring, and the classical world kind of turned against us for a while. I don't know what was the thing, but year by year, there has been more classical people coming to our shows, and they are kind of respecting the way how we are doing this with the quality and the talent and the virtuosity and how the people are reacting for that. And suddenly, already 15 years ago, the classical world were thinking, actually you are pretty good. And even the Arto Naras, who is our professor, that really persuaded master, he was not thinking anything about us, that I don't understand that kind of music. But
that's great.
Already a couple of years ago, this same man, had turned his jacket and he invited us to play in his really high-class music festival. And he was listening to the concert and he was really touched and shook our hands and thanked us. So we have given them like a final stamp from the classical side that you are okay.
That's so cool.
That's just so cool. But I don't know, maybe across people in the rock music scene, they think that classical musicians are the people who don't understand rock music at all. That's not true. Many classical musicians many times knows a lot of about the music, different kind of music style, jazz, rock, metal. Mm-hmm. At least all my classical professional musicians, they know a shitload of music and different kind of styles.
Sure.
Because if you are a classical musician, you need to be with the wide open eyes and ears, not stuck to the certain small perspective.
Yeah.
Even the classical music itself, it's not like one small thing. If you think like Bach or Baroque music or even older music, or Penderecki or the modern composers at the moment, they are quite far away from each other. So yeah, we should not build the borderlines and borders and like a kind of fences between the music styles.
Yes.
What's the true metal?
Right.
That I don't know more stupid word than true metal.
Yeah.
It's that Manowar. Then there's only Manowar which is true metal. Yeah.
That's the only true metal band.
Manowar, yeah.
But that would translate beautifully to cello, though. You guys should do Defender. There, you heard it here. I'm suggesting.
Okay, next time we will do Manowar covers.
Yes, but I mean, metal and classical goes. I mean, Yngwie Malmsteen, Accept. the song "Am I Evil," you know, has a Holst in it. So you know, like it's has been there really since the beginning.
I'm sure Yngvi knows a lot of classical music.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so we want to make sure that we get everything in. You know, we're a little low on time on this, so talk to me a little bit about. Now, you mentioned being the top-selling Finnish album was incredible. You got Nightwish, you got all these incredible musicians that come out of Finland. Talk to me a little bit about the Finnish music scene and metal scene, and you know, and where you guys fit there now. Are you guys like at the top of the mountain in the Finnish music scene?
Yes, they're Apocalyptica and Nightwish. They're top streaming bands at the moment,
and that's amazing. And has like the Finnish government ever recognized Apocalyptica for your contributions to the music?
Yes, we had like a golden era of Finnish metal music there in the end of 90s, 2000. It's still big bands coming from Finland. Let's see how is in the future. It's been difficult times, you know. Small country, not that many possibilities for small bands to play the gigs. And restaurants, there is not any more live music in the restaurants anymore. Too many. It's difficult to arrange the gigs for small bands. And you know, techno and these drum beats and pop rap has been replacing the metal music for a while. But for example, I have a daughter, 17 years old, and her age group, they love the drums and guitars again, and it might be the good future for next generation.
So thank you so much, Paavo. Paavo from Apocalyptica. Everyone check out Plays Metallica Volume 2 and the whole catalog. As I said, I can't recommend the originals enough, and definitely catch them on. Thank you so much, Paavo.
Thank you.